The Theater of Ashes, The Fall of Troy, A Quiet Story. In the eyes of the immortal gods, 10 years of human life is but a fleeting moment, and the hundreds of thousands of lives sacrificed on the battlefield, they are nothing more than pawns moved for divine amusement. The greatest war in history did not begin with human hatred. It began with a single apple and the spite of a goddess who was not invited to a feast. Eris threw that golden fruit into the crowd, and the high gods used their vanity to tear each other apart, with human lives as the wager. Paris, the prince of Troy, who was raised as a simple shepherd. He did not choose love out of a pure heart. He chose Helen because she was the bribe offered by Aphrodite. He traveled as a diplomat, using trust as a weapon, and stole the heart of a Greek king back to his city. He did not know that his momentary passion was a death warrant for every soul in Troy. For 10 years, the war raged through the scent of blood and the stain of tears. Men fought until they were hollow with despair, while the gods watched from above, entertained. They did not care for the agony of the young man dying in the dust, nor the widow who lost her husband to a war she did not start. Look at the radiant god Apollo. Even as the city was collapsing, he was preoccupied with his lust for Princess Cassandra. And when his desires were denied, he cursed her, granting her the vision of a brutal future that no one would believe. He cared more for his own ego than the lives of the Trojans he claimed to protect. He let the innocent die before his eyes, simply because of a grudge from a rejected heart. Even a man as steady as Mentor, he was but a piece of dust caught in the storm of fate. He lost 20 years of his life waiting and guarding a crumbling house, all because the gods wanted to play a game of war and destiny. 20 years of a common man's life, stolen without a single apology from the heavens. In the end, when the Trojan horse finished its grim work, when the city gates were forced open and fire claimed every roof, the screams of the Trojans echoed all the way to Olympus, but they were quieter than the clinking of wine glasses at the feast of the gods. A great city was burned to ash. Kings were slaughtered, and infants were cast from the city walls. And when death covered every inch of the earth, the gods simply turned away. The war was over. The performance was finished. They returned to their blissful immortality, leaving the surviving humans to gather the shards of their souls alone. Human life is so fragile, so worthless. When placed upon the altar of the gods' whims, we are but shadows fading into the silence, while the world keeps turning, without a single word of thanks to those who lost everything.